All right. So, guys, we're going to get started. We are doing two things, or let me say this, I'm doing two things at once. So, guys, when I do that, I move a little slow to make sure everything is on point. So, I am doing an actual presentation with slides on Zoom, and I'm doing the Facebook Live for you guys as well because I wanted to make sure that as many people as possible got this information. So, I want to thank you guys for taking your time out tonight to spend this time with us on Facebook Live as well as on Zoom. So we're going to jump right in and we're going to get started. And we're going to talk tonight about money because that is so prevalent right now. Some people are out of work. Some people are getting unemployment. Some people don't know the status of their job. And even when we did what our normal used to be, we were still having money issues. But now with the virus, it's just made it almost 10 times worse for a lot of people. And so we really want to talk about that tonight. And we want to talk about how we got here, how we kind of got in the situation we're in. We all know about Corona and all of that. But even before Corona, think about your financial situation. Think about where you were. There are basically four challenges that we face that a lot of times we don't think about. They kind of are just part of our life and we don't always be like, oh yeah, we're not real conscious of it. But here's what I want to share with you. There are four challenges. And there are three solutions that the wealthy have been using for years that we were never taught in school. So it's really important that you know this, especially now, especially during this time. So I'm going to share that with you. And we're going to talk about the two objectives that we all live with every single day, the goals that we're trying to meet every day. And the one company, he's bottled it all up together to make our life so simple. So guys, you really want to hang out. If you've got some situations with money, if things are feeling kind of stressed out for you right now, come join us, learn this information, because I promise you, when I learned it, it changed my life, and I know it's going to change yours. So let's talk about the challenges first. Let's make sure we're all on the same page, right? Because we don't even sometimes realize it. The four challenges are taxes, debt and credit, big business, and inflation. And when I say those are all words you know, they're all words you've heard before. You're really clear about that. But let's talk about how it really impacts your life, especially now. So working a regular job, right? 1/3 of your money goes right in taxes. All of us who work a 9 to 5 job for somebody else, you pay taxes, and 1/3 of your money goes right off the top for taxes. And right now we're even in the midst of tax season. I know it's been extended from the 15th, but some people are still worried about it. They're worried about, will I have to pay taxes back? Some people are getting stimulus checks. They're wondering, do I have to pay taxes on the stimulus check? So taxes is still a big part of our conversation even now. Then we look at the other challenge, right? We look at 1/3 was taken out of our checks for taxes, right? Then all of a sudden we're supposed to live our everyday life off of the other money that's left. But wait, how do you get your car? How do you get your home? How do you get the necessities that we need? Well, what do? We borrow, right? We go in debt, we get credit so that we can get our home, so that we can get our car, and we have to pay this bill every single month. And that's the next 1/3 that comes right out of our pocket. Our money just gets shifted away from us to the banks, right? So we've got the first 1/3 going to taxes. You don't even see it, doesn't even hit your direct deposit. Then we get the second 1/3 that is the banks paying for the life that you have now. Then the other 1/3 is the 1/3 that a lot of us don't even think about, and that's big business, right? It's groceries, it's gas, it's utilities, insurance. And, right now it's called eating out, not dining out, because we can't do that right now under quarantine, but it's all of that stuff. Amazon Prime, right? People are having birthdays, all of that. We can't celebrate with them, but how much are people ordering online? How much are people shopping because maybe you're not working as much? So you have way more time to shop around and buy things that you think you may need. So that extra 1/3, or not even extra, but I just say the last 1/3 of your money is going to big business, right? Because you've always got to get groceries, you've always got to pay insurance, utilities. And then think about it. There's a holiday every single month. And even now in quarantine, we may not be able to celebrate those holidays together, but are people not buying stuff and having it delivered to their friends and family for their birthdays, for the special holidays that are coming up? Are you thinking of special ways of how do I stay connected with them? And you're buying little gadgets or things to keep you connected. That's the 1/3 that's coming out. So if 1/3 goes to taxes, 1/3 goes to the bank, and the other 1/3 goes to big business, that's the whole pot of money, right? But then there's 4. Remember, I mentioned 4. So the last one is the one that we don't even think of as much, and that's inflation. That's sort of that silent killer that comes in, and it's the one we definitely have no control over. Because look at it, a prime example is gas prices. Look at before the virus, how much gas prices were, right? We were at $2, some places $3, some places $5. Now we're down to like $1, some places down to $2. Gas has dropped. But what's going to happen when this virus is over? Prices go right back up. Do you know the day? Do you know the time that those prices are going to go right back up? Are you going to have the money to be able to support the increase of that? See, businesses get to raise their prices whenever they want. But the reality of it is your paycheck doesn't, right? You don't get to set your paycheck. You don't get to set your raise. Your employer does. So you're at the mercy of inflation. When the business wants to raise its cost, it does. And it wants to increase its bottom line, it does. But your paycheck doesn't follow suit. So those are the 4 challenges that we face. In virus, out of virus, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change. That's what people need to understand, is that the good thing is that there is going to be a time in our lives when this virus doesn't have us on quarantine. That's the beauty of this. But these financial challenges are with us. They were with our grandparents. They were with our great-grandparents. And if we don't do something about it, they're going to be with our kids, with our grandkids. They're going to do all of that. The 4 financial challenges are very serious. And we really need to pay attention because they're not going anywhere. They're going to be here even after the virus and we have this more managed and under control. So you want to make sure that you have some solution to address these 4 challenges. And what I want to share with you is I'm just going to give you like 1 or 2 stats to really show you how you're not the only one going through this financial situation. You know, 70% of Americans, when about the age of 65, are going to have less than $5,000 saved. That's huge. That means that at age of retirement, they're not going to be able to retire. And that's why we used to see them at greeters as Walmart, right? Because they didn't have the retirement money. Over 70% of people are living paycheck to paycheck. And 90% of people are burdened with debt. So we have to really find solutions for these 4 challenges. So here's the thing. We talked about how your money is getting shifted away and out of your pocket. Now we want to talk about how we can shift your income back to you, the original owner, and put that money back in your pocket, even now during virus time. That's what you need to understand. The solutions that I'm presenting to you now are not something that you have to wait on. It's something you can do right now. You don't have to wait. And these are the solutions that the wealthy have been doing for years. So whether it's virus time or not, most of them are still going to be wealthy when all of this is over because they have these 3 solutions in place. So let's talk about what they are. So the first solution is cash flow management. The second solution is business income. And the third solution is investment income. And guys, these are so powerful. These are serious financial solutions. They are very powerful because they will address all of the 4 financial challenges, right? Because under cash flow management, we are going to minimize taxes, right? We talked about that as one of the financial problems. We're going to minimize debt. We talked about that as one of the financial challenges. And we're going to minimize expenses in cash flow management. That's what we need to do to get a handle of our present situation. The second area we talked about is business income, right? And so business income, remember we talked about inflation and how businesses have the right to raise prices whenever they want? When you own a business, you're in charge. You're in charge of your income, and you can have unlimited income, and you can create a business that has residual income. And right now, you can have a home-based business, meaning while you're in quarantine, you can have a business that you can set up and you can have money coming into you, into your house, direct deposited right into your account. That's huge. And leverage income. Leverage income is so important because I don't think people realize that a lot, is that you work for a boss, right? And you have managers and you have directors and you have all these people above you. And then you have someone at the top called the CEO or the president of the company, right? He's leveraging or she's leveraging your time. She's creating a profit off of the work that you do. Wouldn't it be nice if the roles were reversed? Wouldn't it be nice if you could leverage somebody else's time? Wouldn't it be nice if you could set the standard and you're getting the profit? That's what business income does for you. And you can do that with a home-based business without having a bunch of employees, without having the overhead of a brick and mortar business. You can create that even in quarantine now. So you can have one of those solutions no matter what the situation is. The third solution, investment income. This is what we call the real happy place, right? Because this is the place where your money is working for you. It's just that simple. Your money is gaining compound interest. You've got capital gains, you've got dividends, you've got residual, what we call royalties, residual and royalties coming in. That means you do something one time and you get paid for it over and over again. And we all know situations like that. Think of all the singers, right, who've created an album, especially like that Christmas album, and they've created it once. And every year around Christmas time, people are buying it, people are downloading it, and they're just making money off of something they did years ago. That's what you want. You want your money working for you. So imagine if you had all three of these solutions, what your life would look like. Because remember, you can have all these three solutions now, right now, even under quarantine. Because you have to look at the differences between these three solutions, like where you are now and where you want to get to. Remember, one of the big financial challenges is taxes. That's that 1/3 that comes out of your paycheck right off the bat before you see the money. And most employees are taxed up to 37% of their income. Their wages are taxed right off the top. So they go to work, they get taxed, and they got to spend on that little bit that's left, right? Underneath your business, the beauty of it is most businesses only get taxed up to 23%. And if you set up your business right, your home-based business, you can be taxed 0. That's right. When you have a really great accountant, you can be taxed up to 0%. So here's where your business works. Your business spends all the expenses, and then it's taxed on what's left. So the tax bill is smaller when you own a business versus when you're an employee. And then when you get to the other side, the happy side, this is where your money works for you. Whether you wake up or not, your investments are working and they're making money. And investments are only taxed up to 15%. The lowest taxes is on your investments. So your money is working hard for you. That is true time and financial freedom, which most of us realize that we want more of. If you've spent some time in quarantine right now and maybe your life is less busy, you might say, you know what, I like that. I don't know if I want to go back to work. I don't know if I want to keep commuting to the office. I don't know if I want that lifestyle. Well, if you implement these three solutions, you won't have to. That's the thing. This is a plan to get you out of that situation and into a new one. And for some people, you might be saying, you know what, LaShonda, I like my job. Well, then use it as a plan B. Just that simple. Let's talk about, since we talked about the three solutions that the wealthy are using right now, that you can implement right now in quarantine, let's talk about our 2 objectives, right? Because most of us, all of us, have 2 objectives, 2 goals that we're reaching for. We're trying to figure out, how do we support our current lifestyle, especially right now with the virus? If you're not working, if unemployment, you're not sure about the job, you're not sure how things are going, you are definitely focusing in on, how do I support myself now? But you're also thinking about, how do I deal with the future? How do I deal with my future lifestyle, with my investments? How's your 401k doing? Has it taken the hit like most people's? Right? So most of us, that's what we're doing every single day. We're trying to support our present lifestyle and we're trying to build a future. for ourselves, for our family, and live in the lifestyle that we want, that we desire, in the places that we want, in the way that we want, the clothing that we want, all of that. And we get that here. You know, in the Make Wealth Real movement, we are so conscious of that. This is why we're part of the movement. You know, MWR Financial is the one company that said, we get it. We understand every American's two goals. We understand they want to support what's going on right now in their life, and that they want to support their future. And they've come up with a system and strategy where the experts do the work for you and they shift your money back into your pocket. Just that simple. You don't have to go back to school to learn finances. You don't have to figure out all the complications of credit and debt and all that stuff. They have experts working for you. This movement is for anyone who's saying, you know what, I want my current lifestyle to be phenomenal, and I want my future lifestyle to be even better than that. MWR has put together a phenomenal package to show you how to do it using expert help. That's it. They're going to guide you through this whole process. And the beauty of it, the CEO of MWR Financial is Brian House. And Mr. House has said, you know what? This is not his first time creating a business, not even his first time creating $1 million business. This is his fourth time creating a business. And he's doing this because he's watched people year after year struggle. And he's watched family generation after generation struggle and not understand this money game, not get it right, not have the tools they need, because we weren't taught in school to really change our financial situation. Because we all know working 40 years, putting in over 40 hours, and living off of 40% at the end is not going to create wealth, is not going to set up a legacy for you and your family. So we've got to do something different. And Mr. House decided to do that. He has actual goals where he's going to eliminate $50 billion in consumer debt. That is priceless. And did you hear me say billion? That is so huge. And using these three solutions, I'm telling you, this is how he's going to get this done. He's going to create millionaires. How about 10,000 millionaires and 150,000 six-figure earners? So if you're not in any of those places right now and you'd love to be there, you want to join the movement. You want to join the movement for you and your family, because this is serious. You know, we know money drives everything in our life and how we live and what we do. And Mr. House has made all of this possible. And he's made it, oh my gosh, it's so simple. So remember we talked about, right, the three solutions? So cash flow management and investment income is all under the Financial Edge membership. And then remember we talked about right in the middle that you needed business income, right? So Mr. House has created a business opportunity for that as well. So I'm going to give you the highlights of these two things that Mr. House, this package I call it, that Mr. House has put together, so that you guys can get a sense and an understanding of what this is and how amazing this is. And I got to emphasize this again. Here's the thing, financial experts. I am talking about certified people. Do the work for you. We are not asking you to go watch a video, learn something, do a training, fill out some forms, and we're not asking you to do any of that. We already know, especially now, things are very intense and very stressful. Wouldn't it be nice to have trusted experts that you could go to, that could answer your questions, that could do the work for you, and all you do is take care of your immediate needs, knowing that your financial situation is being handled and taken care of? That's what MWR offers. That is what the Financial Edge membership offers you. So let's talk about, there are 4 pieces to the Financial Edge membership. And I'm going to give you guys an overview. So first we have Money Max. And in Money Max, this is where we talk about your taxes. Remember we talked about that struggle that challenge that we all face with the 1/3 taxes coming off the top. Well, Money Max addresses that. It works on reducing your tax bill. The experts, certified professional accountants, work on your behalf to look at your taxes, to look at your W-2 forms, and they look at it to see how can we reduce your tax bill. We even have enrolled agents with the IRS that are going to look at these forms to make sure everything is above board and done correctly. So that way, what happens when they do that and they reduce the taxes that you pay, you take home more money. The money gets shifted back into you. Your direct deposit is bigger because you'll turn in that W-4 form, which talks about your deductions. The professionals will do it for you. They will show you how it's done. They will give you the sample. All you do is take it to HR. Or nowadays, you just upload it in the computer. You don't even have to take it to HR. That's what you get. These experts do it for you. And they'll explain it. They'll answer any questions that you have if you're confused. It's not a problem. But that's what you get with MoneyMax, the tax professionals, to reduce that bill for you, which is what is your biggest bill that you get and don't even realize it. Number 2 is CreditMax, right? Credit is a big deal. If you don't think credit's a big deal, then you probably don't have good credit. I'm just going to say that now because credit is such a big deal. It tells you how much you're going to pay on your car. It tells you how much interest you're going to pay on your house, how much homeowners insurance. It can even impact people with getting jobs. Credit is major. So the second component is CreditMax. And what that is experts, once again, working on your credit reports. They get the 3 reports you just uploaded to them. They work on removing anything that should not be there. So it increases your credit score. And we've seen anything from 50 to 150 points increase. And all people did was upload their credit reports from the 3 bureaus. That's it. And the experts did all the work for them. That's simple. You don't have to go learn credit rules. You don't have to write letters to people. You don't have to be on the phone. Let the experts handle it. You've got enough going on. The third piece, EquityMax. Then we talk about, when we talked about the challenges that we all face debt, right? We talked about credit, but we all talk about debt. We had to have mortgages. We had to have student loans. We had to have car payments. Well, EquityMax, our third piece, what it does is a debt elimination strategy. You put in your information about the debts you have, and the system will tell you how to get out of debt in 1/3 of the time. So imagine, instead of paying your mortgage in 30 years, how about you pay it in 15 years? How about 10? What could you do with that extra money if in 10 years you don't have your mortgage to pay anymore? Would that change your life? And I didn't even say you got an increase on your job or you got a raise, but you don't have to pay that mortgage payment every single month because you follow the plan in EquityMax. And what makes EquityMax so sweet is this strategy. Once again, experts do this for you. They tell you how to pay it. And here's the thing, you don't have to pay any more than you already pay now. Let's say your debt for the month, in a great perfect world, is only $2,000 you paid out in everything a month, right? EquityMax sets up a system where that's all you still pay. You don't pay any more than you pay now. So if you're able to manage your bills now, you'll be able to follow EquityMax's plan. It's just that simple. It's not going to ask you to pay more than you already are doing right now. But you get out of debt in 1/3 of the time, which guess what that means? Your money gets shifted back to you for you to do something else with your money instead of paying banks, instead of taxes. You're in charge of your own money. Now, remember we talked about that sweet spot, right? That investment income. So the 4th part of the Financial Edge membership is WealthMax. And I got to tell you that WealthMax is super sweet. Like, it is one of those things that you're like, holy cow, didn't know. And when you find out, your mind is blown, because there are strategies that the wealthy have been using for years that we had no idea about. Like, a lot of people know about 401ks, they know about those retirement plans, and a lot of people were hit in the last month or so because they lost money because the stock market went down so badly. But did you know that there's accounts that you could be your own bank? You could have a private reserve account where you won't lose any money, but you're guaranteed to either stay where you are or increase. Did you know that even existed? Did you know that the wealthy have been using that for years? Did you know that you could buy land in the path of growth? And I mean the good land that we always think, oh, only rich people can afford. No. And WealthMax, You have certified financial planners that you meet with. You get assigned a person to work with you personally to build a specialized plan for you and your family on how do you invest your money? How do you actually become wealthy? What actually fits for you? You get that working for you. So you get all 4 of these services. Not one, but you get all of them. You get Money Max, tax experts, helping you reduce that big tax bill. You get Credit Max, reducing all that negative stuff that's on your credit report and increasing your credit score. You get Equity Max, cutting out your debt in 1/3 of the time. And Wealth Max, real solutions for investing where you're not going to lose your money, but you're just going to keep building and building a legacy for your family. And throughout all of this, you get experts. Not once did I say you watch a video, you take a training, and you write some stuff down and learn how to deal with the finances. The expert do this for you. Can you ask them questions? Absolutely. And here's the beauty of this. Your information is kept confidential. So you don't have to, you're hearing this information from me, from somebody else's watch party, whatever the case is. You don't have to give us any of your personal business. You don't share that with us. You share it with the experts. These are special people. They are so special. They keep your information confidential. They're certified. They know what they're doing. And you know what? Results vary. We don't promise anything. You talk to these people, they will tell you specifics about your present situation. That's the beautiful thing. You'll learn about private reserve accounts. You'll learn about land banking, all of those things that we were never taught in school. The experts can show you and tell you about these strategies that the wealthy have been using for years. And all of this is under the Financial Edge membership, and you get all of it. So let's talk about that 3rd solution, right? Because we talked about there are 3 solutions to becoming wealthy. There's the cash flow management. There is the investment income, which are the 2 we just talked about. But the 3rd is business income. This is how you really fight inflation. Because remember, we can't set prices out there, but you can set your income when you own your own business. That's the thing. You can make as much money as you desire when you own your own business. So MWR Financial came up with a solution, a home-based business that you can run. And you can make as much money as you desire, and you can increase your income 1 digit at a time. And the process is so simple. And I call it like the 3-in-1 process, because that's kind of how you get started in, really kind of creating income and creating momentum in your business. You share this information. Think about it. How much information do you share? How many people have shared information about a good movie they've seen on Netflix lately, right? Because so many people are on Netflix. They totally are sharing that information. So that's what we do here. We just share information. That's it. We share the opportunity, and we let the experts do the work. Just that simple. I didn't have to go back to school. I didn't have to get a finance degree. Neither did any of my other business partners. We're just sharing information, and the experts do the work for you. So you share this information with 3 other people who are saying, you know what, I need a home-based business, especially in this climate, especially when we can't go out and work, especially when I might be getting killed on taxes and my money is just going out the window. It's getting totally shifted away from me. I need my money shifted back in my pocket. 3 people who want to be business partners with you, who say yes, and 1 person who says they want that Financial Edge membership that we just talked about. Your business is what I call on the road. It started. It is booming because you are on the path that you cannot believe, that grows immensely. If you just do those things, 3 business partners and 1 person with the Financial Edge membership, you're going to get a daily guarantee income of $5 a day. That's $150 a month. And remember, you did that one time, but you get that money every single month. That's that residual income we talked about. And the beauty of this, Mr. House believes that we need to help not just ourselves, not just our families, but other families. So when you help other people, you help those 3 people get started in their business, you get paid for that. You get rewarded for that. So you get, let's say you're 3 people and that one person who joins the Financial Edge membership in your first 30 days, you'll make up to $340 for that first 30 days. And then you help those people get 3, and those people get 3, and those people get 3. $1,500 in 90 days. You do all of that in 90 days, just helping people and those people helping people. Imagine if you worked. Think about your job now. Do you work for a company or in a company where everybody helps everybody else and everybody else wins? Do you? Because here at MWR, part of the movement, we help others. And doing that, we get rewarded. We get our what we call our momentum bonus. When we do that in 90 days, we help 3 who get 3 who get 3. In 90 days, we get rewarded. We get a bonus of $1,500, our momentum bonus, that helps us move ourselves forward, but also helping other people. So this business is for people who like helping others. If you're not one who likes helping others, this may not be the business for you, because that's what this movement is all about. It's spreading it and helping others really build their legacy and their financial freedom. And like I said, we do it 1 digit at a time. There are strategies within this company. Some people, they're like, look, LaShonda, I just want a couple of, $100 a month. Some people are like, you know what, LaShonda, I want to replace my job and I'd love to do this full time. I'd love to work at home. I'd love to stay working at home in my own business that I control. Then we have a strategy for that with our home-based business. So let me show you what that looks like, right? And tell you guys what that looks like. And now let me say this, we get paid in over 9 different ways. I'm not gonna go over that tonight because that could get a little bit confusing if you're just listening to me. So I'm gonna give you what I call the highlights, right? Of 3 ways that we get paid. Remember I mentioned the daily guarantee, right? That's when you start off with just 3 people and a customer coming in. You start off the daily guarantee, what I call money coming in. Every day at 5 o'clock, your phone dings, right? When you get 12 people, remember we talked about that momentum bonus where you help 3 who get 3 who get 3. When you have 12 people in your team, that's $20 a day. That's $600 a month. Think about if you had an extra $600. We're not talking thousands, but just an extra $600. Could you breathe a little bit easier right now? Could you maybe buy better food for your family? Could you maybe even buy medicine and preventive stuff that you might need right now during this virus? Would that not truly change your life, right? But here's the thing, if we keep going with everybody, keep helping everybody, and your team just keeps growing and you get up to 584, and remember, you only got 3. I'm not asking you to know 500 people, but it kept growing. You get what we call our daily guarantee, $200 a day, which is $6,000 a month. And then you would also qualify for our presidential bonus. And there you would get $2,500 a month. And then on top of that, we also have a luxury vehicle club. You would qualify for our $3,000 luxury vehicle club. So when you add all of that together, that's $11,500 a month. Would that change your life? Would that do something different? Would that really give you time and financial freedom? Could your life look different? Could your future life look different? Remember our 2 goals, right? Our present life and our future. If you were making that kind of money, would that change your present and your future? I know it would mine. And remember, you can do this alongside of the job that you already have, or for some people, they want this to be full-time. It's up to you. Remember, you're in control of your home-based business. That's the beauty of that. So that's a strategy that we have. And then there's a strategy where you can make even more than that. Because what I just shared with you is a strategy to make 6 figures a year. So that's like $138,000, $138,000 a year. When we put that 11,500 together and add it up for the year, that's what you could be bringing into your household. For some people, that's additional money. For some people, that would totally take over their regular salary. They would stop working. but you get to choose. And remember, I said we get paid 9 ways. So that's just 3 that I shared with you. We get paid in other ways as well. So I know I went through a lot of information very, very quickly. So I just want to give you guys a recap, right? We talked about one company that provides you with the solutions, that provides you with the 2 objectives, the 2 goals you have now, supporting your present lifestyle and your future. And we talked about the 3 solutions that it gives you, that the wealthy have been using for years. And we talked about how it overcomes those 4 financial challenges that we have lived through for generation to generation. MWR has found a way to stop that. And here's the thing, I know you guys have been listening to me for a while. You heard me talk about the Financial Edge membership. You're like, okay, LaShonda, you talked about the 4 services in there. How much does that cost? Here's the great part about that. The Financial Edge membership is $79.97 a month. There's no contract, there's no startup fees, and it includes you and your spouse. So imagine getting those 4 core services for you and your spouse: the Money Max, the credit, the debt elimination, the wealth building strategies, all of that for $80 a month. And the experts are working for you. Call an accountant, just give them a call. Find out how much they charge you an hour. I bet you will see that it's not the $79.97. I bet you will see that it's way more than that, just for one consultation. Seriously. And here's the thing, if you're a person who's saying, you know what, LaShonda, you talked about the business part. What's the investment for the business? And the investment for the business is $228.97. That's your initial investment. And then after that, it's $119.97 a month. I don't know if you guys have ever tried to start a business before, but I will tell you, most businesses take way more than $200, $300 a month to start, right? But with this package that Brian House is offering, you get the business, you get the membership, you get a whole business center, you get a website already. But here's the thing that's priceless about this. You get support. You get training, you get mentors, you get what I call the hand-holding of business. A lot of times you don't get that. You don't get that at all in most businesses. People say, okay, here, invest your money and then we wish you well. But in this company, you get membership and it goes across lines. You can call any leader and if they've got the answer, they will give it to you. That is the best part about this company. I've never had anybody say no. They just ask me, well, LaShonda, where are you? Who are you with or whatever? And they answer my question right away. They want to be there to support. Because remember what I said, when you're joining this business, you agree to help other people, right? And so with the Financial Edge membership and the MWR home-based business, you get the 3 solutions that the wealthy have been using for years. You get cash flow management, you get business income, and you get investment income with this total package. No brainer for less than $300. But wait, here's the thing. Brian House was so sure about what he was doing and about the services that he was providing that he said, I'm going to give you a money back guarantee. So here's how that works. If you follow the plan of action and the strategies that the experts lay out for you, and you don't save or make the money you invested in this business, within 30 days, you get your money back. Just that simple. You get your money back. It's that easy. So you have nothing to lose. I don't know about you, but if you've ever tried to start a business before, I've never read where a business gives you a money back guarantee, that they believe in their product so much that they say, hey, start the business and if it doesn't work in 30 days, come back and we'll give you your money back. I've never seen it before. But Brian House is so sure about the company he's built and the services that they provide. He's doing that because he doesn't want you to be disappointed. And he wants people here who are vested, who really believe in helping themselves and their family. And remember, like I said, we get paid 9 different ways. We've got luxury car bonuses, we've got momentum bonuses, presidential bonuses, and we have bonuses that will pay you all the way up to $100,000 in a month. So the limit that you put and how much you make in this business is totally up to you. It's just that simple. You get to make as little or as much as you so desire. That's it. So here's the deal. You guys have heard me talk a lot, really fast. And at this point, you're one of three people. You're a 3, 2, or 1. 3 means you're like, LaShonda, thanks for sharing the information, but I don't need any of this. My family's good, wealth is good, our investments are good, we're living the best life ever. I say thank you for sharing your time with me, and share the information with someone else, because you never know who could use the information. You're number 2 if you're like, LaShonda, you know what? I need that membership. I need to get my house in order. I need to get my family in order. That's all I can do right now. That's all I can focus in on. I want the membership. So you're a number 2. You're a number 1 if you're like, I want all of the financial solutions that the wealthy are using. I want cash flow management. I want business income. I want investment income. I need it all. I want the membership. I want the business. Give me the whole package. I want to put my life in order. I want to change some things now. I don't want to wait for the virus to be over. I want to start a business I can do at home right now. I want to put my finances in order right now since I'm home, right? So here's the deal. 3s, we say thank you very much for coming on and sharing, and you're free to go. 2s and 1, we want to say thank you and welcome to the MWR family. I want you to get back to the person, you may be watching a video, a watch party or whatever, whoever has shared this information with you. I want you to let them know what your number is. If you're a 2, if you're a 1, and you can ask them any question you want. They're more than happy to help you, because that's what we do here at MWR. We share information. We help people and direct and guide people to the answers that they need. So guys, I hope you have a phenomenal, phenomenal night. Definitely get back to the person that sent you here and let them know, are you a 2 or a 1? 3s, you don't really have to tell us much, or you can say 3, whatever, but we want to hear from you who are joining our movement, the Make Wealth Real movement, and enjoying our family. Take care, guys, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay. So like making sure I push the right buttons.
Good job.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, Vicki, we can't hear you. You're on mute. I can see that she was talking.
Are you off your live?
Yes.
Your Facebook? Oh.